After this presentation, we're going to be following up with all attendees, and the recording of this workshop will be available on our website. We are going to be posting resources and helpful links during our presentation in the chat, so be sure to be on the lookout for those on the right side of your Zoom screen. Please note that closed captioning is available for this workshop if you so choose to have that on. And if you have any problems viewing some of the slides throughout this presentation, you can enlarge them by hovering your mouse over the edge of the slide and then dragging it into the corner of your computer.
Now, we know that energy billing can be a complex topic, so let's take a moment to walk through what we'll be doing over the next hour. Today, we will be providing you with an overview of who San Diego Community Power is and how we bring competition and choice into the local energy market. We'll also be breaking down the components of your energy bill to help you better understand what each line item means. We'll be outlining ways in which you can manage your energy consumption more effectively and introducing you to some bill payment assistance options that you may qualify for. At the end, we have dedicated time for a Q&A session to address any lingering questions that you may have. We will have a couple polls to keep this interactive, and we encourage you to ask questions throughout the presentation using the Q&A feature near the bottom of your screen. Once we conclude the presentation, we'll save time to answer the submitted questions. Please note that if you're hoping to ask specific net energy metering or NEM questions, we will be hosting a NEM-specific workshop in the coming months. And if for any reason we're not able to get to your questions today, we encourage you to reach out to us directly via email at customerservice@sdcommunitypower.org or by calling our contact center at 888-382-0169, Monday through Friday, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. to speak with one of our excellent customer service representatives. We will provide you those details in the resource chat again, now for your reference, and you'll also notice that we have included it at the bottom of every slide for your convenience.
So as we walk through our energy bill today, it might be helpful for you to follow along with your most recent SDG&E bill. So if you have a hard copy handy, be sure to have that next to you. And if you'd rather access your bill online, you're able to do that through your My Account portal, which again, we're going to link in the chat, and we have that website up on the screen now. If this is your first time registering for an account with the My Account portal, please note that you are going to need your SDG&E account number in order to create an account. And you can find your account number at the very top of your SDG&E bill. If you don't have a bill handy, or if you're unable to log into your My Account portal for any reason, we also have a sample bill available for you to follow along with. So we're going to go ahead and link that in the chat as well, so you can open that up to follow along. Please do note that the sample bill we're providing represents the average residential customer and spans over multiple rate seasons. So your own bill might look a little bit different than the one that's available. Before we get started breaking down your bill and going into more detail about your bill, I'm going to turn it back to Zio to provide a quick overview of San Diego Community Power.
And in turn, I'm going to kick this off with a quick survey. So we've been serving customers for a little over 2 years. So we understand that when San Diego Community Power comes up in a conversation or on your bill, it may be a new concept to many. What do you know about us? Well, you have 3 options in the poll that you should be seeing on your screen right now, and they are: number 1, Community Power, who? So you basically don't know who we are and are here to learn more. Number 2, I've heard the name, but I don't understand what you do. So you know a little bit and you're interested. Or number 3, I know that what Community Power does, but what does that mean for my bill? Please take a quick moment to answer the poll that has been dropped. Basically that you're seeing on your screen. We'll take a quick second for us to get a better sense of who we have in the room here with us. Okay, so we should be wrapping up this poll shortly, so please make sure to get your answers in. And the results should be coming in. So Okay, most of you know what San Diego Community Power does, but what does that mean for my bill? So let's go ahead and turn it over back to Bryn, who will tell us, well, actually, we're gonna go ahead and provide you with an overview of what San Diego Community Power is before we turn it over back to Bryn so that you get a better context as to how we show up on your bill. So San Diego Community Power is a community choice aggregator, or CCA for short. We're a not-for-profit public agency formed back in 2019 that initially provided electricity to customers across the cities of San Diego, Chula Vista, Encinitas, La Mesa, and Imperial Beach. In 2023, we enrolled National City, as well as the unincorporated communities of San Diego County, and are now the second largest among 25 operating CCAs in California, serving nearly 1 million customers. Community Power was formed to bring cleaner, more renewable power to the region by purchasing energy on behalf of its communities. We are governed by a board of directors that includes one elected official from each member agency and is supported by a community advisory committee that includes 2 community representatives from each of our member agencies. This means that San Diego Community Power is different from traditional investor-owned utilities in that it does not own or operate the grid. That is still handled by San Diego Gas and Electric, or SDG&E. Instead, Community Power purchases your energy by contracting directly with renewable energy providers. This allows us to bring competition and more local control into the energy market, enabling us to negotiate for cleaner and more local energy at competitive rates, and to reinvest revenues in community projects, incentives, and programs. All of this work is key in achieving 100% renewable energy by 2035 or sooner. Now, how is San Diego Community Power different must be one of the top questions that we get when our community engagement team is out and about. So let me quickly go over what changed and what didn't. What didn't change? You're still receiving only one bill from SDG&E, in which San Diego Community Power is now included. You should still contact SDG&E if you're experiencing any service reliability issues, such as a blackout. And your rate structures remain the same as well. We'll unpack what that means in just a moment. Now, I do want to point out that San Diego Community Power customers still receive eligible discounts like care, FARA, or medical baseline. And ultimately, your day-to-day has not changed. We worked hard to ensure that the transition into our services was as seamless as possible to our customers. What did change, however, is that you're now receiving energy at more competitive rates or higher renewable content, which includes solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal. You also have access to a knowledgeable and responsive customer service team that is happy to walk you through every step of your bill, and address your questions and concerns. Our net energy metering, or NEM customers, which I briefly mentioned at the very beginning, who generally have solar panels on their roofs, are paid more for excess electricity generation. They also now have a choice to pay monthly as opposed to yearly. And now we have dedicated revenues going into reinvesting into our communities with new programs addressing local needs. We provided our community power plan in the chat for you to get a sense of what we're planning over the next couple of years. Before turning it over back to Bryn to walk us through the bill, I'll provide you with a couple more minutes to pull up yours and launch our second and last poll of the day. So on your screen, you should be seeing the following question. When was the last time you looked at your detailed SDG&E bill? Did you look at it last month? Perhaps within the last 6 months? Within the last year? Or is it an auto pay and you barely look? Answer it on the poll now. We'll give you a couple minutes to think through that. Give you a couple more seconds before we announce the results. I'm really curious as to your familiarity with your bill. Okay. So the results are in, and most of you barely look at your bill. So let's take a deeper dive on what that actually looks like. Bryn, walk us through what everybody came here to learn about.
Awesome. Thank you, Zio. Yeah, so as we said, I'm going to walk us through your SDG&E bill step by step. I'll highlight what each section is showing us, and then we'll talk through what that means for you. So we're going to get started with the account summary section on page 1 of your monthly statement. This section that's highlighted in the blue box here shows your balance from the previous billing period, the payment that was received for that previous billing period, and your current charges. So these three numbers are used to to calculate your total amount due for the current billing period, which you can see in blue at the bottom of that box. Your usage history, which is seen here, will demonstrate your usage patterns and time of use, or TOU, periods in which you use the most amounts of electricity month over month. So this is a really helpful tool to track your home's electricity use. Again, we're going to go over our time of use periods in more detail a little bit later in this presentation. Now, as we get started diving in, I want to make something very clear. When you pay for electricity, you're paying for two major components. You pay for the creation of the electricity, which is also known as the generation, and then you're also paying for the transmission and distribution, or the delivery of that electricity. When you are a San Diego Community Power customer, SDG&E is going to continue to be responsible for the delivery of your electricity. Community Power is responsible for the generation of that electricity. So the summary of current charges highlighted in the blue box here shows the current charges that are owed both for SDG&E's electric delivery service, which includes taxes and fees, as well as Community Power's electric generation service for the electricity that you used over the current billing period, which is also listed in that section. All right, in this next section, the detail of current charges, which is usually found on page 2 or 3 of your bill if you're following along. This section will help identify your current rate schedule, which is the rate at which you are charged for electricity. So you can see that highlighted in this yellow box here, as well as your total monthly usage in kilowatts per hour. So that total usage number there is shown in kilowatts per hour. This section will also show you additional details that are pertinent to your account, like your meter number, your voltage level, and some other details. The SDG&E electric delivery section further down this page shows you the cost of just that delivery portion of your bill, or the charges that are associated with the transmission of electricity to your home over SDG&E's poles and wires. Below that, we see the wildfire fund charge. So this is assessed by SDG&E to all residents to support and invest in a variety of safety measures to prevent wildfires in our communities. So as you can see here, this is a fee that's based on your monthly usage, and it's usually a very minimal charge on your bill. Directly below the delivery portion of your bill, you're going to see the SDG&E electric generation section. So this is what SDG&E would have charged you for electric generation service based on your usage during this billing period, had you been receiving this generation service from SDG&E. Because you're now a Community Power customer, however, and you're receiving SDCP's more renewable electric generation service, SDG&E is issuing this charge back to you as a credit. So you can see that here in this highlighted blue box. It's called the electricity generation credit. This ensures that you're not being double billed for electric generation. So in other words, because you're enrolled with Community Power, SDG&E in this section is showing you what you would have been charged and then applying an offsetting credit to net zero. So that way you're not being double charged for your electric generation service. So this section does not have an impact on that total amount due. Further down in this section of your bill, and directly under that SDG&E generation portion, you're going to see the PCIA charge, which is highlighted in this blue box here. This stands for the Power Charge Indifference Adjustment, the PCIA. And this is a fee that's assessed by SDG&E to ensure that customers pay for the energy that was contracted by SDG&E to serve them. This is not a new charge. This is a charge that you have always been paying on your energy bill. It's always been included in the electric generation cost as part of SDG&E's electric generation rates. Now that you're a community power customer and receiving your electric generation from community power, we have the PCIA broken out as a separate line item on your bill for additional transparency. We do take into account the cost of the PCIA when we're setting our rates to ensure that our rates are still competitive even when this charge is applied to your bill. Okay, so in this taxes and fees on electric charges section, you're going to see a breakout of specific charges and fees that are assessed by SDG&E on behalf of local and state governments. So this includes, as you can see, city taxes, city franchise fees, and public purpose programs. These taxes and fees are applied regardless of who your electric generation provider is. So whether you're enrolled in community power or not, these charges are going to continue to be applied by SDG&E. All right, below that, the Community Choice Aggregator, or the CCA electric generation charges, which you see under the orange text section, are assessed by SDCP for generation services. So these are charges that are applied for the energy that you actually used over the current billing period. Now, although this section is displayed a little bit differently than SDG&E's portion of the bill, these charges are also broken out by time of use or TOU period. So you can see in each of these sections that the usage volume in kilowatt hour for each of these time of use periods is multiplied by community power's rate for that time of use period. Then on the right side of this page, you're going to see the breakdown of current charges graph, and this is usually on page 2 or 3. This is going to help outline and identify what portion of your total bill is attributed to each electric service for the current billing period. Now, if you receive natural gas service from SDG&E, those charges are also going to be included in this breakout of current charges. So you would see that in this section as well. Our goal at San Diego Community Power is really to support our customers and to empower their energy choices. So with that in mind, we have a couple of helpful resources that we want to share with you. First, we have our bill explainer video, which lives on San Diego Community Power's website and is a video to walk you through your bill in a similar fashion to what we just did here. We also host a bill comparison calculator, and this lives on 2 different web pages on our website, on the compare service page, plans page, and the residential rates page. So this tool allows you to see what you would be paying if you were to receive both your generation and delivery service from SDG&E, and then compare that to what your bill looks like when receiving electric generation service from community power. So you can put in your usage based on each of your time of use periods directly into the tool, which will then allow you to see a side-by-side comparison of the cost of your electricity compared to having it with SDG&E or with San Diego Community Power. And then SDG&E has what is called the Pricing Plan Comparison Tool, which you can access through your My Account portal. And this allows you to compare what your bill might look like under different rate schedules. So that's a super useful tool to check out. If you have any remaining questions about your bill, about your rate, about some of the comparisons that might be happening, we highly recommend checking out some of these resources that are available to you. Now that we've gone over your bill in a bit more detail, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some ways to save energy, which will then save you money on your bill. If you are a time of use or TOU rate, if you're on one of those rates, when you use electricity is just as important as how much electricity you use. So the on-peak time of use period, which you can see outlined here on this bill, is applicable from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. every day. During this time, electricity is most expensive. So one really impactful way to minimize your bill would be to reduce your energy usage during this time period from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. I do also want to highlight that electric rates in the summer, which goes from June 1st to October 31st, is typically more expensive than rates in the winter. So that on-peak period of 4 to 9 p.m. during summer months will be particularly high for most customers. And then finally, this last page of your bill, this is called your electricity dashboard, and it tells you the highest usage hour of this billing period. So this is just one way that you can track your energy usage and then become more mindful of when you're using electricity and how much you're using throughout your billing period. Now, Zio has some additional ways that you can track your energy usage before you even receive your energy bill.
If you are a Community Power customer, you may be familiar with what you are seeing on the screen, which are tips you can deploy at any point to use your appliances effectively in order to lower your bill, but especially during the summer. I say you may be familiar with this table because most of our collateral, including our mailers, do have it. And I personally have mine up in my fridge. It's super helpful. So it provides you with tips. For example, before 4 p.m., we encourage you to do things such as charging mobile devices and laptops. And between 4 and 9, unplug, switch off, and avoid using major appliances. Sustainability is a state that will take all of us to achieve. And in the same way that we are committed in providing you with cleaner energy and competitive rates, we are here to support you in reducing your energy consumption as well, whenever your health and situation permits, so that everybody can do their part. As we work to do just that, to bring you clean power at competitive rates, we partner with Connect to help you save energy when it matters most. Connect will let you know the most critical hour in the week when electricity is most expensive. So not only can Connect help you reduce your energy usage and lower your electricity bill, but you can get paid for the energy you save also. To take advantage of this opportunity, you sign up with your zip code and connect your SDG&E account to Connect to better understand your energy savings and claim a welcome gift of $50. Then get notifications to reduce energy that earn you rewards that you can cash out for gift cards from your favorite brands. Applying these steps will reward you for simply using less. Now, we understand that your electricity bill is only one of the many bills you pay, and that the high cost of living in San Diego has made that challenging for many of our customers. During our last section of the workshop, we'll introduce you to some energy bill assistance programs that may be able to help. Please note that customers enrolled in financial assistance programs before starting services with San Diego Community Power will remain enrolled in them if active. You do not need to reapply after starting services with San Diego Community Power. Similarly, our customers still qualify for any electricity discount programs that they may have participated in with SDG&E. San Diego Community Power is here to help you assess which financial resources may be available to you. So let's go ahead and get started. The California Alternate Rates for Energy, which is commonly called CARE, is a state program for low-income households that provides a 30% discount on your monthly energy bill. The Family Electric Rate Assistance, or FERA, is a federal program that provides an 18% discount on your energy bill. You only need to fill out one application for both programs and can only qualify for one. So make sure that you take a look at the eligibility guidelines that are right now on your screen and on the website. There are several ways to apply to both of these programs: online, calling SDG&E directly, or by mail. All of these will be accessible through sdge.com/care and sdge.com/FERA. These relevant links have also been posted in the chat. Our team is also able to assist you in connecting you to these programs once you decide you're ready to apply. So please make sure to reach out to our customer service center if you don't know where to start.
Now, this may not be applicable to all participants of this call, but if you are currently enrolled in the CARE or the FERA program through SDG&E, you're going to notice a flag on the first page of your SDG&E bill, as you can see in the blue box here, notifying you of your participation in this program. So as you said, CARE offers customers a total bill discount of 30% or more, and FARA offers customers a total bill discount of 18%. Your enrollment in CARE or FARA will not be impacted by your enrollment in Community Power Services. So you will continue to receive a total bill discount for your participation in CARE or FARA. Now let's go ahead and take a look at where that discount is applied on your monthly bill. Your CARE or FARA discount is applied, again, based on your total bill charges. So this includes SDG&E's delivery charges and San Diego Community Power's generation charges. So though the CARE or FARA discount appears only under the SDG&E portion of the bill, which you can see here in that blue box, this discount is applied based on your total bill charges for both delivery and generation services. So you're not going to see a separate CARE or FARA discount under the San Diego Community Power portion of your bill, but please feel confident, rest assured that the credit applied takes into account your total bill charges, including community powers.
If you have outstanding bills that are past due and are a CARE or FARA customer, you may qualify for debt forgiveness through the Arrearage Management Plan, or AMP for short. AMP is a 12-month payment plan that forgives 1/12 of your debt after each on-time payment of the current month's bill and protects you from disconnections. After 12 on-time payments, your debt will be fully forgiven up to a maximum of $8,000. So visit the AMP website today or call SDG&E's dedicated AMP service center at 1-800-411-7343. That is 1-800-411-7343 to enroll. The last program that we'll be introducing you to today is the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, or LIHEAP for short, which is a federal program that offers utility bill payment assistance, energy education, and free home weatherization and rehabilitation services in California. Locally, 2 different community-based organizations administer enrollment based on your zip code, and those are MAC and Campesinos Unidos. Call 866-675-6623 or visit the website posted in the chat box to learn more about how to apply. And before we open it up for questions, I wanted to thank you for joining us today. We understand this can be hard to decode, so we're here to help you every step of the way. If there are any questions you have about your bill or about any other topic we discussed today, please don't hesitate to reach out to San Diego Community Power directly via email at customerservice@sdcommunitypower.org or by calling our contact center at 888-382-0169. That is 888-382-0169. Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. to speak with one of our customer service representatives who would be happy to walk you through different components of your bill. This information is on your screen right now, as well as on the chat for those following along there, and they'll be part of the materials that will be posted. With that said, I think that we're ready to transition into the formal question and answer part of our webinar today. And as part of the registration link, you were able to submit some of the questions of your own. So we'll go ahead and get started with a couple of those, and then we'll get to the ones that have been asked during the presentation today. Our first question today is a question that we get quite often, again, when our community engagement division team is out and about. So Bryn, can you tell us a little bit more about why our customers were automatically enrolled in San Diego Community Power?
Yes, absolutely. So as we talked about in this presentation, San Diego Community Power is a community choice aggregator, or a CCA. So part of CCA, there is a process that is mandated by state law for customers to be automatically enrolled into CCAs. So we do send all customers 2 pre-enrollment notices, as well as 2 post-enrollment notices during their enrollment period. And so if you are in a San Diego Community Power area, you would have received 2 prior to your enrollment, and then once you were enrolled, 2 notices after, informing you of this change and giving you an opportunity to opt out if you so choose. If you are moving into a San Diego Community Power service territory, you are only going to receive those 2 post-enrollment mailers if we've already enrolled that area. So as a community choice, a customer choice driven organization, though, we do always want our customers to have a choice on who you work with for your electric generation. So while we believe San Diego Communities Power's combination of competitive rates and cleaner energy is the best choice for our healthy communities, we value customer choice, and customers can always opt out of our service at any time by either visiting our website, calling our contact center, or emailing us at customerservice@sdcommunitypower.org. And that email is on your screen now as well.
Thank you for that, Bryn. Now, I am looking through the questions that are coming in, and we have quite a couple of questions around solar specifically. So our first question around solar and our solar customers is, I have solar and I am a net generator. Why do I still get billed by SDG&E? So SDG&E, as I mentioned briefly earlier during our presentation, is responsible for the transmission and delivery of electricity. So when you are a net generator, you will see a $0 charge on San Diego Community Power's electric generation. However, SDG&E may still apply charges for potential transmission and delivery services and minimum bill adjustments. So we would recommend reaching out to SDG&E directly for additional information on the SDG&E portion of your bill. We do also plan to host an M-specific bill explainer workshop in the coming months, so please stay tuned. We will have an opportunity to also go over an example bill for somebody who has solar at that time. So you can sign up for a newsletter through our website so that you can be notified when this webinar will be happening as soon as it is announced. We also had an incoming question around feedback received specifically with solar, that when customers sign up for SDCP, their bills increase significantly. The question is, could part of that be because of NEM, or net energy metering payments, being made monthly versus annually? So if you all remember at the very beginning of the presentation, one of the things that did change is now you have the option to pay monthly if you are a San Diego Community Power customer. So because most customers in a region serve as net consumers over the course of the relevant period, which basically means that they end up using more electricity than their solar panels generate over the course of the year, San Diego Community Power defaults our net energy metering customers, or NEM customers, to monthly billing. This means that SDCP charges for electricity generation service are applied on a monthly basis rather than on an annual basis. Monthly billing allows our customers to pay smaller amounts each month rather than one large bill at the end of the relevant period. However, SDCP customers have the option to be billed annually so that any applicable charges would be applied at the end of the relevant period. Annual billing may be preferable for NEM customers who are net generators in any month during the relevant period. So customers can request to sign up for annual NEM billing on the net energy metering webpage of our website at their time of their true up. We encourage NEM customers to reach out to our contact center with any additional questions about their NEM billing options or potential increase in their bills. As I mentioned, our customer service will open up a bill of your specific bill and walk you through each line item and what options may be available to you. Okay, so transitioning from some of the questions that are on the solar and our net energy metering side of the house, this question we also get quite often. So my bills have never been higher, especially over the summer. Was this because we moved over to San Diego Community Power? So Bryn, can you help us understand the transition and how that may affect bills?
Sure, yes. And I do want to touch on that summer piece quickly. So as we talked about earlier in the presentation, summer rates for both SDG&E and San Diego Community Power are in place from June 1st to October 31st. So even if your usage was comparable to previous billing cycles during that winter period, the price per kilowatt hour during those summer months is much higher than those winter rates. And so your bills during that summer month is likely going to be much higher as a result, regardless of who you receive your electric generation service from, SDG&E or Community Power. So this is something that we are very aware of. We understand the high price of your electricity. And so we've partnered again with Ohm Connect, which Theo explained a little bit earlier in our presentation, to help customers save on their bills, especially during those pricier summer months. So qualifying customers can get that $50 credit and discounted smart thermostats for their home, which can help them save power, save money when electricity is at its most expensive. So that more information on that, additional resources about Ohm Connect are available on our website.
Yeah. And because we understand that, the high bills may affect some of our customers in different ways, how can we help? We certainly encourage you to visit SDG&E's website at sdg.com/assistance, where you can determine your eligibility for the financial assistance programs that I was able to quickly outline as part of our presentation for as well. And that includes a potential debt forgiveness program eligibility. And as an SDCP or community power customer, your participation in SDG programs that we talked through today, like CARE, FARA, and AMP, will help to decrease your current bills or past due balance, so they apply to your entire bills. Now, with that, I did want to transition into where do we get our power from? This is also a very popular question that we get, just because when we say that we provide energy of a higher renewable content, folks have questions, and rightfully so. So, Bryn, can you tell us a little bit more about what our energy portfolio looks like?
Sure, yes. So community power has a very diverse portfolio of renewable energy sources from various energy generators, mostly from in-state, so within California. These include, we have solar farms, wind farms, geothermal, as well as small and large hydro. So community power is contracting with several local projects that are going to bring significant solar and battery storage capacity to the Southern California region as well. If you are interested in some of the more of the details about where we receive our power from, you can check out our featured and some of our upcoming projects on our website. We have an energy sources webpage on our website that provides those details. Something in our key documents section of our website is also going to be super helpful. It's called our power content label. And this breaks down the resources of where we produce or where we procure our electricity. So think of the power content label as kind of like the nutrition label for our electricity. So it provides details about the energy resources used to generate both our power on and our power 100 electricity. So you can very easily compare the power content of those two service types and the rest of the California power mix as well.
Yes. And we did say energy of high renewable content. So one question that I saw coming in was, does the bill comparison show the difference between SDG&E and SDCP rates? And the answer to that is yes. The bill comparison calculator that we mentioned at some point during our presentation today on the SDCP or San Diego Community Power website compares what your bill might look like using SDG&E's current rates and San Diego Community Power's current rates as well. So make sure to check that one out. Transitioning over and getting a little bit more in depth into some of the rates and electric meter readings. So, Brent, how can we verify the accuracy of our electric meter readings? Faulty meter readings have been reported nationwide, and this may be an issue that may be of concern to our customers. So we just want to make sure that they have an opportunity of learning more about how they can do that.
Yeah, that's a great question. So SDG&E is still fully responsible for reading customer meters and then passing that data along to us at Community Power. So unfortunately, San Diego Community Power does not have any insight to really share on this topic. We know that SDG&E has several validations to ensure that accurate data, but we highly recommend reaching out to SDG&E directly at their customer service line for more information on the processes that they have in place to ensure their meter data validity and reliability. So again, San Diego Community Power does not have the ability to read or test meters within our service territory. So if you have any concerns about your meter specifically, please reach out directly to SDG&E's contact center, and their number is 800-411-7343, and they can help and support you through that.
Thank you for that, Bren. We had a couple questions also come in around rates. We know that specific rates can be difficult to understand. Some folks don't know what rate they're on. So how do our attendees here today know what their average rate is? They further elaborate. I see a lot of rates on the bill, but is there one place where they can see their average?
Okay, yeah, that's an interesting question. So each year, SDG&E and San Diego Community Power put together what's called a joint rate comparison. And this document demonstrates a comparison of typical electric rates, average monthly bills, and electric power sources. And that compares between San Diego Community Power and SDG&E. So this comparison looks at average usage and associated average costs over the course of the year based on your specific rate schedule. We have our joint rate comparison available on SDG&E's website or on San Diego Community Power's website on our residential rates page. So you can access that information there.
As a follow-up, how can our customers make changes to the rates?
Yeah, so similar to that meter read, we really encourage you to reach out to SDG&E to make changes to your rate. They are responsible for changing your rate. So you can again contact them at their contact center, whose number is 800-411-7343, or you should be able to easily make any updates through your My Account portal online.
Okay, so I'm looking through the questions coming in and I see one more. Please make sure to drop off your questions in the chat in the Q&A, actually, if you would like for us to go over anything else today. But the last question is, I just got an EV or an electric vehicle and my bill has gone up dramatically. Am I on the right rate? Following up with this conversation and this topic around rate. So if you recently purchased an electric vehicle, it is possible that your energy bill has increased since you're charging the vehicle in your home. Though you're likely, seeing big savings on gas cost, you might notice an increase in your energy bill as a result of your new EV or electric vehicle at home. So we touched on this a little bit earlier in the presentation, but there are a few tools that you can take advantage of that may help you understand what rate is also the right for you. So on the SDG&E My Account portal, you can review the pricing plan tool to compare different rates and whether they may result in an increase or decrease in total bill cost. There are a few different EV rate plans, some that include lower cost per kilowatt per hour, but a basic monthly service fee, others that do not include monthly service fee, but a slightly higher cost per kilowatt hour. So it is possible that a change in rate schedule to a different EV rate may benefit you based on your electricity usage. So we really do encourage you to take a look at those resources. Okay. So with that, I believe that this wraps up our time for live questions today, but please stay tuned for future events, customer offerings, and educational opportunities. If you'd like to be plugged into what San Diego Community Power is up to, we've also dropped in the chat a link to subscribe to our newsletter, and signing up is completely optional. Ooh, I think that we got one more question. Trying to see through it.
I think I see it here, Zio. It says, how can I verify I am being charged accurately for my energy use? And again, regarding those meter readings, that would be a question for SDG&E, as they are responsible for reading the meter for your home. So we highly encourage you to reach out to their customer service line, and they can help verify and give you some more details about the validations that they do to ensure that you're being charged accurately.
Yeah, thank you for answering that one, Bren. Happy to have squeezed that in. Okay, so again, if we were not able to answer your questions today, please do reach out to our customer service center. They'll be happy to answer any questions and redirect you to whomever may be the best fit to help you in your particular inquiry. So with that said, we did drop a link on the chat for you to be able to be plugged into what San Diego Community Power will be up to in the next couple of months. You won't want to miss our next virtual workshop, in which we'll take a deeper dive into our residential solar customers, and hopefully you all will find that helpful. Until then, it's been a pleasure spending our afternoon with you, and I look forward to connecting with you in person at one of our many outreach events. Thanks, everybody. Stay safe.